What if I told you there was a genocide so brutal, so devastating, that it wiped out nearly a third of a nation's population? Yet, the world barely remembers it? This is the story of East Timor, a small island that became the stage for one of the most hidden crimes of the 20th century. In December 1975, Indonesia launched a full-scale invasion of East Timor. Soldiers stormed villages, planes dropped bombs, and civilians were massacred. But why would a powerful nation invade such a small territory? Was it politics, power, or something darker? For centuries, East Timor had been a Portuguese colony. When the Portuguese left in 1975, the people of East Timor finally saw a chance for freedom. But independence was short-lived. Within days, their dream was crushed under Indonesia's military boots. Between 1975 and 1999, an estimated 200,000 East Timorese, about one-third of the population, were killed. Imagine that, 1 out of every 3 people wiped from existence. Families starved, villages burned, and children grew up in fear, never knowing peace. The Indonesian army didn't just use bullets, they used hunger as a weapon. Crops were destroyed, food supplies cut off, and entire communities left to starve. Slowly, painfully, thousands withered away. Not in battle, but in silence. Here's the most chilling part. The world knew. Powerful nations like the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia supported Indonesia, providing weapons, money, and political cover. Why? Because East Timor was rich in oil and strategically important, human lives became bargaining chips. Those who lived through it tell stories of unimaginable horror. Mothers saw their children executed before their eyes. Young men disappeared, never to return. Entire families erased overnight. Their voices, though often silenced, still echo in the wind of East Timor's mountains. Despite the genocide, the East Timorese never gave up. For decades, resistance fighters, often armed with little more than courage, fought against the Indonesian military. They hid in the mountains, whispered songs of freedom, and dreamed of a future where their people could live without fear. In 1999, under international pressure and the tireless resistance of its people, East Timor finally voted for independence. But even then, Indonesia responded with terror, burning towns and slaughtering civilians before withdrawing. It was independence born from blood and ashes. Why does the East Timor Genocide remain so hidden in history? Why don't we hear about it in classrooms, in documentaries, in global discussions of genocide? Perhaps because powerful nations were complicit, because acknowledging it would mean admitting guilt. Today, East Timor is free, but scars remain. Mass graves still lie uncovered. Families still wonder where their loved ones are, and the ghosts of the genocide whisper a haunting question. If the world could ignore East Timor, what other crimes are being ignored right now? The East Timor Genocide is not just a story of the past. It is a warning, a reminder that silence is complicity, and that forgotten crimes can happen again if we choose not to see. For the people of East Timor, remembering is the only justice they may ever receive. So I leave you with this. The next time you hear the phrase, "never again," ask yourself, did we really mean it? Or did we just choose to